So since the eviction is finally over with, let's do a walkthrough of the property and a story time. Now, this eviction was for two things: non-payment of rent, but the main part was the property not being kept to standards. Okay, so he rented to this elderly man and his daughter. That was supposed to be his caretaker. Then were the two people that was going to be living in the house. That is who we rented to. And spoiler alert, that is not who ended up living here. So they rented the property at like the very end of October of 2025. Y'all, I say they immediately junked out the damn yard. And you know, me trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, they're just moving in, you know, it'll be all right. So the next month rolls around and y'all, they are just continuously just bringing junk into the yard. And it's like, you cannot blame all of this junk on moving in anymore, baby. Get this shit up. So Eddie asked them very nicely to get all the junk out of the yard. And what did they do? The very next day, they brought in another truckload of junk. So Eddie again asked them very nicely to please get the yard cleaned up with all this junk. And what they do, brought in another truckload. So that meant it was my turn to deal with. And then allegedly, he went around to the whole trailer park talking about how big of a bitch I was. And it's like, I was a bitch because you made me be a bitch. So we gave them several warnings and they just would not get all the junk up. They were just constantly bringing in more junk. So on the 24th of February, we gave them a notice to quit, giving them until March 10th to bring the property back up to standards, or we were going to file an eviction. So March 10th rolls around, and of course, it is exactly the same. So I took my happy ass right on down to that courthouse and I filed the eviction. And our rent is due on the 3rd of every month, and they were not getting their check from the government anymore, so I already knew that they were not going to pay their rent, so I included that in the eviction as well. She did answer the eviction, so we did have to go to court. And her reason for answering the eviction was she said she did not have a copy of the lease agreement and her name was not on it. She then attached to her answer a copy of the lease agreement with her name and signature on it. Of course, we did win the eviction. I am thankful that they took a lot of their shit, but y'all, look at all this junk we are left with. You was a bad bitch.